Today I want to talk about survivors' pensions and benefits for anyone that is widowed, and we'll put up some links on how to apply for these and what you need to understand about them. And I really, once I thought about this, I cannot actually believe that I have never talked about this on my channel, and for that I actually want to apologize. I guess when my dad died away and my mom became a widow, I wasn't even in the business yet, so I didn't really think about it. But it was definitely a concern for my mom. Was she going to be able to survive and, still be able to maintain her lifestyle once my dad passed away, because it was sudden, and obviously you're going through some shock and things are tough and scary, and I apologize if you're watching this. Most likely you've lost a loved one, and I am very sorry about that. So I'm going to talk about the survivor's pension, and a few things have changed over the years, even since I started learning about this, so that's actually a good thing. And we'll just kind of get into it. You are eligible for a CPP survivor's pension or benefit as long as you were the common law spouse or the spouse of the person who is deceased. Turns out that if you're separated and the person that is deceased didn't have another common law spouse, then you could potentially still be entitled to those benefits. So it's something to look into if that's your circumstances. Yeah, let's get into it. If you're under 35 when your spouse died, a while ago you wouldn't have been able to claim the CPP survivors benefits, but now they've changed that. So if that was you and you're still under 65 years old, I would contact the CRA and actually see if you can apply, because there's a chance that you might be able to get a benefit. If you were unfortunate enough that you have been widowed more than once, then you are only going to be entitled to the larger of the two. You're not going to get the combination of them both. And once I get into the numbers a little bit more, you're going to understand that it's hard for me to tell you what your numbers are going to be, because it's generally just a percentage, and then you've got to take other individual things into account. So it's not going to be the same for every single person. So that's sort of where you're going to actually have to contact the CRA and find out exactly how much you're entitled to. So how much you're going to get depends on if you were younger or older than 65 at the time of the death of your spouse, and how much and how long did they pay into their CPP. So that's going to have a really big effect on what's going on. If they were younger, they obviously haven't paid that much into CPP because they're younger, or maybe they didn't make a lot of money, so then they also wouldn't have put a lot of money into their own CPP pension. So it totally depends. So the first thing they do is they calculate what the pension would have been had the deceased been 65 on that day. So if I passed away tomorrow, it would be like, how much was Kent's pension going to be exactly at age 65? We're going to take that into account. And next, based on the survivor's age, what is my wife's age? So that's how they calculate it out. If the survivor is greater than 65 years old, then they're going to be entitled to up to 60% of the deceased CPP benefit plus your own CPP benefit. But the big thing here is that you cannot go over what the individual's maximum would have been. And right at this time, the individual maximum CPP benefit that you could get is $1,203 $1,000.75 a month. So if your CPP pension is $1,000 a month, then you are only going to get $203.75 as a survivor's benefit, even though you might have been entitled to the maximum survivor's benefit, which was $722.25 a month. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of this, obviously. I think it should be higher than what the individual maximum is going to be, because you still have those big expenses as an individual, and your spouse paid into CPP for a really long time. I'm not a huge fan of the way that they calculate this, but I obviously do not make up the rules. If you're younger than 65, then it says we're going to give you a flat rate plus 37.5% of what they were entitled to. And so the maximum on that is $650.72 a month. And if you're younger than 65, you're collecting this money, you remarry, you will not lose this benefit. This is your benefit moving forward. So I believe the flat rate is $199 based on my math, but it doesn't say. So maybe they're doing something shady behind the scenes. I don't know. It was hard to find information on that for whatever reason. So basically, you know, you are entitled to this benefit. Know that it's out there. It's something that you should apply for almost immediately. I know you have a lot on your plate if your spouse has recently passed away, and I'm very sorry. I mean, it's obviously a terrible time. You can't even have like an actual service for your spouse if that happened. And so, you know, hopefully a friend or someone can help you sort of work through some of these documents. And generally it says it takes about 6 to 12 weeks for them to like fill out the paperwork and you to start receiving this pension. I mean, I know it's a government and they'll start saying that COVID, whatever. So it will probably be like 6 or 7 years until you start receiving this benefit, but it will come. We're going to talk about another thing. So now you've got that, and I've talked about this before. If your spouse passed away at any age, CPP has a life insurance benefit of $2,500, so that's going to help with some of the final expenses, I guess. You're going to get that regardless. And then if you're over 65, now you are going to start receiving your own old age security. And if your income is low and you're really in financial hardship, then you can also get GIS, which is the Guaranteed Income Supplement. I've done videos on both of these. But there is a period of time between 60 and 64 where there is a survivor's benefit for GIS. So if you don't have a whole lot of money, you're not receiving a very good CPP survivor's benefit, you don't have a job, things are going hard, then there is this survivor's benefit that you should probably be entitled to receive. The only things that you need to receive it, you have to be in between 60 and 64, a Canadian citizen, you have to reside here right now, and you've had to at least have resided in Canada for up to 10 years since the age of 18. So you've had to live in Canada for at least 10 years since you were 18 years old. Your spouse has passed away, and your annual income is less than $25,152 per year. So you, in that case, could be entitled up to a maximum of $1,393.08. Any money that you're making up to that maximum limit of $25,152 is going to reduce that benefit. So you have to understand that if you made $15,000, you're not also going to get that on top of it. It's going to reduce it. So basically what the government is always trying to do is make it so that everybody at least has this same amount of money regardless of their situation. And it obviously doesn't work perfectly, but those are the options that are out there for you. If you've recently lost a spouse, once again, I am so sorry for your loss. I hope this video helped. If you have questions or need any help or just worried or want somebody to walk you through, you know, some of the steps, I'm obviously very happy to do that for you. So just reach out. You can email me at info@k4financial.ca. Thank you very much for watching, and please like and subscribe. See you soon.